If I could go back in time and stop myself from being born, I would do it 100%. And I'm not making this video to be like, oh, I want to delete myself or any bullshit like that. No, when you look at life, everything about life is a fucking lie or a scam. And all the bullshit starts when you're a little kid. Like, your parents tell you, oh, Santa Claus is real. So you grow up thinking that this fat ass white dude is like crawling down your chimney giving you all the gifts that you want. When you lose a tooth and you wake up with $20 under your pillow, you think it's the fucking tooth fairy. Then you grow up and you realize, wait a second, Santa Claus ain't real, the tooth fairy ain't real, it was my fucking mom. Then you go to school, right? And they always tell you the same shit. Oh, you can do anything. You can become anything if you just put your mind to it and you just believe in yourself. But what they fail to tell your ass is that if you ain't got the bread to do what you really want to do with your life, you can't fucking do it. Oh, you want to be a doctor? Well, sorry, if you don't have $100,000 to drop on 10 years of schooling, you can't be a fucking doctor. Like, they tell you the same shit. Go to school. I did that. Make sure you don't drop out. Make sure you stay out of trouble. Don't be out here in the streets selling drugs or gangbanging. I did that. They tell you, oh, go to college, get a degree. I did that. And what do I get? Fucking nothing. And I don't want to hear none of you dumbasses in the comments saying, well, you must have majored in some bullshit. I majored in computer engineering. I have a whole bachelor's degree in computer engineering. I graduated last year, and from last year all the way up until me making this fucking video, I cannot get a job. I wake up every fucking day to the same 2 dumb-ass emails every fucking day. Thank you for applying, but we decided to move on with other candidates. Thank you for applying, but we feel like you're not best fit for this role. Every fucking day. Like, I'm at this point in my life where I'm questioning my morals. Why am I not out here robbing people? Why am I not out here scamming people? Why am I not out here selling drugs? Because I legit feel like that is the only way you can make it in this life. I have friends that sell drugs. I have friends that scam. And when I look at these niggas, they're eating steak and lobster. Meanwhile, I'm trying to live by a good moral compass. And yet, what do I get? Fucking nothing. What is the point of living if my entire life is just to fucking struggle?
Wow. That was
If I could go back in time and stop my...
That was pretty sad. That was pretty sad to listen to this young man talk about his experiences. But I think that there's a lot of people that feel this way, both in UK and the US. There's a lot of people that put themselves through a lot of debt, studied for years, and in this economy, just right now, you know, they've put in all this time. They've gone through the last 4 or 5 years, coming out of COVID, all this kind of stuff. And they feel lost. They feel disillusioned with where they're at right now. And I don't know. I think that if I was younger, I'm young, but if I was younger, in my 20s, coming out of uni, maybe I'd be feeling this type of way as well. Because, you know, in my early 20s, life was a little bit different. The world wasn't quite, it felt crap at the time, but it's not as bad as it is now, that's for sure. And I want to break down some of his points here, because this man is like, he's angry. And I think a lot of people are angry. A lot of people, there's no opportunities. Obviously, cost of living in terms of the price of things is crazy for a lot of people. A lot of people can't get jobs. The unemployment rates. And I'll quickly get something up right here, actually, and we can talk about this. Unemployment rates. And I'm going to just go in the UK. You know, the unemployment rate was 4.8% in the 3 months to August in 2025. Which is an increase from the previous year. The rate for 16 to 24-year-olds was 14.5%, also up from the year before. So we can see that it's actually going up, basically. It's going up. But I want to react to his videos a bit, like break it down kind of scene by scene.
So from being born, when you look at life, everything about life is a fucking lie.
Everything about life is a lie or a scam. This is a little bit of a pessimistic viewpoint, but I understand his point. And he's using the scenarios of like Christmas and Santa Claus and all that stuff. He's right. Like, you are told all this bull crap about life, but he makes one good point that I really want to hone in on.
Or a scam. And all the bullshit, mom. Then you go to school, right? And they always tell you the same shit. Oh, you can do anything. You can become anything if you just put your mind to it.
Right. That is the part I want to harp on. You can do anything if you put your mind to it. I think that it's not true, but there is an element of truth to it. But it's not true, because in life we have competition and there are winners and losers. And in order for there to be winners, there has to be losers. So that means that somebody is not getting what they want in life. You know, like, I wanted to be a professional footballer. Someone else got that role instead of me, right? There are winners and losers. And I worked diligently hard. I did extras every day. I did as much as I could humanly do. I went to bed early. I got up early. I did extras. I did as much as I could honestly do. apart from injuries, of course. But sometimes it doesn't matter how hard you work. It doesn't matter how good you are. It doesn't matter. Like, that stuff doesn't always matter. So he's right. Like, it's a scam. It's not true when they tell you can be anything you want to be. Some people will never get to be what they want to be. They will never get to be, and we have to be okay with that. We have to be open to that. We have to be accepting of that. It's just, I think this is the real world. Why can't we just live in a real world? And why? And I'm not saying. And here's the caveat. Sorry, I don't want to teach my children to be fatalistic. I want them to have that mentality of, yo, I'm gonna go effing try and achieve as much as I want, because that makes you chase things. Like, I wouldn't have chased football if I didn't believe I couldn't be anything I wanted to be. Because of course I had to believe that I could make it, and that's why the people that are at top of their professions, they're delusional. But it's good to be delusional to a degree. So life is a scam. But I think it's a scam that is worth trying and playing.
And you just believe in yourself. But what they fail to tell your ass is that if you ain't got the bread to do what you really want to do with your life, you can't fucking do it. Oh, you want to be a doctor? Well, go to school. They tell you, oh, go to college. That's just in the comments saying, well, you must have majored in some bullshit. I majored in computer engineering.
That's another thing as well. Like, I think less people I think more people are understanding that going to uni. I think telling people to not go to uni is such a bad. That's a bad piece of advice from like entrepreneurs and stuff. But what I will say on the flip side is that going to uni doesn't guarantee that you're going to be a success in life, because there are other skills outside of just having a degree, which you guys can't see in camera. My degree's up there. There's more to, like, that didn't help me. That degree on my wall did not help me. I should probably bring it down, right? Because you can't even see it on camera. It kind of doesn't make sense for it to be so high. I'm going to bring it down. But anyway, that degree didn't help me do nothing. I'm going to be real with you. Like, that didn't do nothing for me. Now, the life skills that I learned throughout my university process, that done stuff for me. That put me in places, that put me in rooms. So I think uni is less about the paper and more about how you utilize it, how you network. And that's where the skill set of being a good person, being a social person, that's where that skill set comes in. And that's what I think, that's what I'm going to be focused on when I have children and I teach them things like, yo, you need to learn to, be a person, be a good person that people want to talk to, be sociable.
I have a whole bachelor's degree in your job. Thank you for applying. I'm not out here. I look at these niggas, they're eating steak and lobster. Meanwhile, I'm trying to live by a good moral compass.
And then he makes another point about he's got friends that are selling drugs, doing scams, and they're making money, they're eating steak and lobster. Listen, good people don't always win, and we need to accept that. Just like in dating, people say, oh, nice guys finish last. That's the phrase everyone uses. It's the same thing in the real world. Like, good people don't always win. Like, sometimes being bad gets you better results. And that is the reality. I'm sorry. We need to stop pretending that, it's not real. That is real. Anyway, what are our thoughts on this? Is he just being a bit fatalistic and, negative, or is there some realism to what he says? I think there's a balance. I think there's some elements of truth to what he's saying, and there's a lot of struggles that people are facing. But I also think he is being a bit of a negative Nancy. Anyway, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. We got a lot of videos coming. We got some deep dives coming. Can't wait.